Hello everyone and welcome back to the Knit Crochet Read Repeat podcast channel. My name is Kirby and I'm coming to you from Paisley, which is just a stone's throw away from Glasgow in Scotland. So today is not like a knitting or crochet, cross stitch, spinning, whatever update. Today is what I bought at Glasgow School of Yarn. So, oh hang on, to be fair, there is a bunch of yarn in here that I did not buy at Glasgow School of Yarn. So I'll take it out. I'll show you very quickly. This is the skeins I bought with a voucher from my work. Let's see, did I get them all? Oh, missed one. So I got all these. I dropped one. I got these from John Lewis. Like I say, I had a voucher from my job for 10 years of service. And I picked up the West Yorkshire Spinners fleece blue face Leicester, which I gave a really good squish in the store. And I do think it is soft enough for me to work with. And if at the end of it I make something and I decide I can't wear it, then maybe I'll gift the finished garment, because it is going to be a garment. I bought enough for a jumper, cardigan, sweater. Now, everything I bought, minus two things apparently. You would think I would have checked all this before I started recording, but you know me, we record on the fly. So everything minus two items fit in this beautiful bag. Isn't that stunning? Okay, so there is one purchase here that is missing, and that's because it was a gift from my mum, and it was a bag not entirely similar to mine, but from the exact same maker, which is Soft Accents, and they're all African prints, and the bags are amazing quality from what I've seen, and it's technically being used right now, but it's also not being used. Okay, so everything is in its own order. Excuse me. I'm going to pause and clear my throat. Sorry about that. Okay, crinkle, 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 crinkle. I'm trying to get things a wee bit out of the bag so I can start showing things off. Okay, so I'm not going to remember the exact order I bought things in, but I went knowing I wanted to buy one thing. You saw the size of the bag, you saw it was full. Clearly I bought more than one thing. And that was needle stoppers. And I knew exactly what stall I wanted to go to, which was Quack Yarns. Quack Yarn. And I didn't know exactly what ones I wanted, and so I had a really good rummage and I found these ones. So I got ones that are a bookcase, because hello, have you seen my bookcase? I don't have a little plant on mine. I did have a little fake one. I had two. I know for a fact one of them is... Oh no, they're both over there. Okay. So I got the bookcases, and I got a ghost being beamed up to an alien ship. I didn't even know that Fiona had these. But the minute I saw them, like I had other ones in my hand. I can't remember like what the other one I had was. But the minute I saw these ones, I put the other ones down and I picked these up. So I have some needle stoppers. And again, that was the only thing I went with an intention to buy. That was the thing I was telling myself, that's the only thing you were going to buy. And then I walked around, I saw some pretty things. So nothing is in order, but that was my first purchase. Next one is my last purchase. Anything after that, I don't remember. So I wanted to stop by Lisa of For the Love of Yarn stall to say hello to her and have a little gander. And of course, some things took my fancy. No yarn, shocking, but no yarn. And I picked up 3 braids of fibre. This one here, which is stunning. This is Down the Rabbit Hole. And I can't say this word. Mulesed? Non-mulesed. Again, I can't say it. That word right there. Anyone tell me how to say that? Because I can't say it. Anyway, it's non-something superwash merino. It's very soft and it's lovely. It's just my colours. It's been roughed up a little bit. You can see like it's getting a wee bit kind of like fuzzy on the sides, but that's absolutely fine. That probably happened during like transport and then me taking it home. The next 2 are on the same base, which is Polworth, 22 to 23 microns. And this colourway is Get Me Off This Planet, which, I'm sorry, is extremely fitting. The world is on fire and I don't like it. So this is Get Me Off This Planet. I like how it's held together with string. It made putting it in a bag so much easier than say this one, which just unravels. So I think that's so smart. I wish more people done this. But obviously like that's more supplies that somebody needs. It's a bigger expense maybe for a company. And again, I apologise for the slightly heavier and breathlessness of my breathing. I actually do think it is my asthma that's really flaring up because my blood came back completely normal for my anemia. So I do think it's my asthma and I am taking my inhaler. So apologies if that is off-putting. Hopefully it will be clearing up soon, but I don't think the cold weather is helping. So again, next one is the exact same base. And this one is called Mermaids. And isn't that just stunning? And again, held together with string. Fantastic. Love it. Okay. Oh, one more purchase from For the Love of Yarn. I've been eyeing this up for a while now. And it's called a yarn spinner. And I got the Ba version. And it comes like this. And what you do is you unclip this bit? Yeah, so let's put this back on. So you take the wooden bit off, you put your ball of yarn through, I'll show the design. You put your ball of yarn on here, or your cake of yarn, sorry, and then you put, no, sorry. You put it through the wood bit first, then you put the cake of yarn on, and then you reattach the clip. I'm doing this so awkward. And then, because of this section here, when you're working with your ball of yarn, this being on your wrist, it spins around. How cool is that? So I've been eyeing one of these up for a while, but because I've not been able to get to Lisa's studio, I haven't been able to purchase one. Let me just take it back apart so I can put it away. But yeah, isn't that really cute? They had so many different designs and I was kind of like, oh, I don't know which design I want. And I asked Scott and I showed him all the designs. And he's like, the one with the sheep. I was like, okay, I hear you. Next purchase was from, and again, I'm going to try and say it as best I can, but I'm going to also butcher it at the same time, and that's not intentional, but I'm KnitCrochetReadRp, and I can't get them all to turn around to face the right way, but I got stitch markers. So I got Mystic Bat Cats with a crystal ball, and then I got these cats on what I think, given the ear, I want to say it's like a rabbit head. I'm not entirely sure. What's your thoughts on what it's sitting on? But it's like a wee witch cat on a head of some variety, or skull of some variety. Not entirely sure what creature it is sitting on. So I got those stitch markers, and I found these needle stoppers or needle minders, whatever you want to call them. And I just thought, what the heck? I need to get these. These are so cute. And then the last purchase from this stall was Choose Your Own Cat Sock Adventure Volume 2. Now, I do not own Volume 1. I did look through it and I just preferred the designs in this one. So I don't have Volume 1. But I thought the socks, like the patterns in this one, were really cute. My only issue is that these are all designed for like DK weight socks, and I'm trying to think. I've never knit a pair of DK weight socks. Never. I want to, but I'm gonna try and put some of these into like 4-ply, because I really do want to work on trying some colourwork socks. So I got that, which is really cool. Trying to see if there's, like, without giving away information, if there's like maybe just a full-size picture. So isn't that cute? Just these little, like, the cats and flowers. Some of them are just really, when I use this word, I don't mean it derogatory, I don't mean it in a bad way, but they're just simple designs. There's nothing super complicated about the colour work. There's certainly no, like, from what I've seen, there's none where it's just like you need three colours. Well, you need 3 colours, but you're not working with 3 colours on one row. So it's simple enough for me. Again, with my knitting experience, with my colour work experience, everyone's experience and thought processes and ideas are different. But for me, I just think these are lovely, simple designs that I really want to make. So, okay. Next one I really love, but I'm not going to benefit from them. These are more for specifically my mum and dad, and it's little, for lack of a better word, like ball band for socks. And so you make a pair of socks, then you wrap this around the sock and you gift it. Sock bands, that's what they're called. Like, literally says it right there, sock bands. So I got one with, so each pack has 4 designs in it. You get 4 bands. And so I picked up 2. One is slightly fallen down. So I got one that says, from my hands to your feet, for the best feet to go forward. There is no such thing as too many hand knit socks. That's so true. You are totally worth every single one of the 42,200 stitches in these socks. The figure has an asterisk next to it, which says, I didn't actually count. You say, gosh, am I really worth 42,200 stitches? You say, you have knitted 2 of them. And then the last 2, how did you know this is exactly what I wanted? And this is just the best present ever. Fact. So the lady at the stall was just so lovely. Like, she was chatting away to me. I asked her if I could record a clip of her stall, because obviously hers is more like designs that anyone could horribly take and reproduce on their own. So I wanted to ask her before I just recorded, and she was so lovely about it. And she was actually like, do you know what? Thank you for asking. Not many people would do that. And I'm like, well, you have designs. Like, anyone with malicious intent could do something really nasty and take those designs. So if you said no, I would have 100% respected it and understood. So she was really, really lovely. And I'm so glad I picked up those ball bands. And when the time comes, I will use them to put them around socks for my mum and dad. And maybe one of my friends. Okay, so from Giddy Yarns, I picked up 2 little sock sets. These are a 50-gram skein and a 20-gram skein for both of them. One has sparkle and the other does not. So we'll show this one off first, which is Kaleidoscope. 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 212 meters in the 50 gram and 85 meters in the 20 gram. That's really interesting. Helen put when it was dyed, so this was dyed in September 25, so 2025, so just last month. That's really cool. I've never seen a dyer do that. And then this gorgeous colorway is Messing About in Boats. This is 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon with a 5% stellina. This is a 200 meter 50 gram skein and an 80 meter 20 gram skein. So just ever so slightly different. So I'll need to remember that when I'm knitting. And if I do this one first, then not be like, oh, I have to do this many rows on this one. So maybe I should start with this one so that I don't kind of confuse and try and do extra rows on one pair. And then I'm short on the next one because there's a difference in meterage. I think, oh no, I'm tangled up. Oh no. There we go. Yep, so I'll talk about the bag first. So like I said, I got 2 bags. One has been gifted to my mum, but this is from Soft Accents, and it is a Farai project bag. Is made with African wax print cotton and lined with 100% cotton fabric. It comes with care instructions, which I think are amazing. Not many people would give care instructions. And it says here and I'm sorry if I'm saying this word incorrectly, the Farai project bags. I love bright and striking African print fabrics. They are so cheery to work with and make me feel happy and just bring a bright smile to my face when I finish stitching each bag. This is why I have called them Farai. In Shona, which one of the languages spoken in Zimbabwe, Farai means to be happy. It's also my little sister's name, and she makes me very happy. Oh, that's lovely. That's so nice. And again, this is from Soft Accents. It comes with a ton of pockets on the inside. I think there's 6. I think there's genuinely 6 pockets. Yep. And maybe a pen slot? Yeah, there's a pen slot. Or a crochet hook slot. That's really smart. So I got a big one because I wanted one for a sweater, cardigan, garment project, or the start of a blanket. And I don't have very many larger project bags. I've got a lot of smaller ones that are more like sock size or 1 to 2 skeins, not something that fits essentially, let's do a count, 4, 8, call it another 100 grams, and then 20. So something that holds at least 900 grams of yarn, and then fibre, and then other little trinkets. So that's a damn good size project bag. And then you're probably thinking, hang on a second, you haven't shown 800 grams of other yarn. I'm about to. Oh my goodness. Can we just take a moment to appreciate how beautiful this yarn is? I wish you could reach through your screen and touch this yarn because it's so soft. This is a base I have never worked with before. This is 87% fine superwash merino and 13% Pima cotton. It's 400 meters per 100 gram skein, and it's called This Is Not AI. And I'm not even kidding. This is one of the softest things I have ever touched. Like, so squishy. I was just looking around, like you can see the subtle differences. So this one's got like a lot more pink here, whereas this one I'd say is a wee bit more on the blue side. And then there's this beautiful orange here. I was just looking around Mothy and the Squids yarns because I was on one side and I could look through and I saw something on the other side, and it just reminded me so much of Sally from The Nightmare Before Christmas, and I just kind of beelined for it. And then I saw this, and the minute I squished it, I was like, oh, I'll just get one and I'll make like a hat. It's so soft. And then I just went, sack it, I'm getting a sweater's quantity. So because of how different each skein is, I will of course be doing alternating skeins. I'm probably doing like helical knitting for it to make sure there's no obvious change in colour. I don't know quite what pattern it's going to be, but whatever it is, it's going to be divine. I'm thinking a cardigan for this. I don't know why. I'm just thinking a cardigan. But I've got 1600 meters to work with, which should be more than enough for me. But we'll see. When I made my purchase, I was given the opportunity to pick 2 or 3 mini skeins, and I got 2. These do not have colorways. They're just written like what their base is, which is merino nylon. I think they're 10 gram minis. I thought that was really nice of them to offer like a wee mini, because I can now put this into some of my blankets. And then last, I got these. Oh, the colour just comes up so well on the screen. I really hope it comes across well on an actual monitor. But this is from Ripples Crafts. I'm going to try and say the name of the base. Kyleesku. 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 And it's the 4-ply. This is Midnight at the Village Hall. And again, this is a base I have never worked with. This is 80% wool, 20% nylon, with approximately 400 meters of skein. It's so soft. Not as soft as the one before, but it is definitely soft. And it's this gorgeous kind of like slate grey with a hint of blue. And it's just so lovely. Don't know what's on the bottom of that there. A wee bit of fluff. So yeah, another sweaters quantity. And not 100% sure what I'm going to make with this. This would be a really great kind of like springtime garment. But yeah. I'm really proud of myself for the only kind of like single skeins I bought were like a sock set. And obviously they'll become socks. So I'm really kind of proud of myself for not buying single skeins, because I don't count these as single skeins. These are sock sets. These are different. And so all in all, incredibly happy with my purchases. Spent way more money than I should have. And it's in the past now. I can't change that. I'm very happy with my purchases. I absolutely adore how soft this is. I just have a thing for soft things. The softer the better, really, to be honest. But yeah, that is what I bought at Glasgow School of Yarn. And maybe on the next kind of knitting and crochet podcast, I'll show what I bought at the Hobbycraft Christmas event. I don't really know the full title. That was at the SECC. I was very disappointed in that event, but that's a different video. I was extremely happy with my time at Glasgow School of Yarn. I will definitely be saving up and going next year. I think I'm going with my mum next year. So yeah, stay tuned for next year for that. But thank you so much for watching, and until my next video, please do stay safe and happy crafting. Bye everyone.